Not me having a new video in less than a month. Actually, what inspired this video is I just watched a video from Jack Fed about standout performances. And while I love watching his video, I think he more so talked about just standout episodes for a queen. Like it just felt like a queen dominated pretty much the whole episode, including the runway. And what I want to talk about are queens who just simply dominated the challenge. So, not thinking about how the episode was edited with the queen or how their runway was, but those just the challenge. And that these are queens who, to me, felt like there was no other choice but this queen. Like they truly embodied what you expected from this challenge and even more. And I don't want to pick a queen who had a close second. I want to pick queens who you forget that there were other queens in this challenge doing their thing. So starting with season 1, I feel like the Mac Viva Glam episode on Gina totally dominated. I think she got from the very beginning in general what Drag Race is about, where they tackle hard conversations but they have this lightheartedness, and so to me Angina just came in on the set with a good energy but such a positive message about enjoying life, knowing that this was about having AIDS and supporting money towards it with Mac. And so, and of course, how she came out on the runway and everything was great, but just her energy with that challenge was so good. You had queens who just overall, like everyone else, took it really serious. She mixed, this is a serious topic, but you're also talking about something that people are so scared about what's going to happen to themselves. And she just talks about enjoy life. It is a celebration still. Like you have not given up, and her energy and everything. So to me, there was no other person that could have won, should have won. This was Angina's episode. In season 2, I don't think that there was a clear no other queen was going to win but this one, because I know that there are a couple with Tyra, like the wedding episode, but I also thought that Raven killed it. There was also the Snatch Game with Tati winning, but Pandora was right up there with her. So I just can't think of a episode that just felt like there was nobody else in a league there. So going into season 3, I really think that Raja dominated the first episode with the Christmas one, because everyone else took a more literal interpretation of Christmas, whether it was a figure, a concept like reindeer, paper, like wrapping paper, snowman, that type of thing. Raja really took a different approach and made it like fashion. And you almost forgot that she had this inspiration from the I can't think of what you call it, but the fabric that you put under a tree to catch all the like fallen little leaves, the little stuff off the tree. I loved it, and I just felt that she just completely dominated it. That that package, her walk, because that's what the I know I said I wasn't going to talk about runways, but I mean, come on, this is a design challenge. Of course, the runways there. So I felt like nobody else dominated. I know there are some people who think that this was also something Manila could have won, but like I said, Raja was the only one who really took it on another level, and she did so good with it. I really thought that she just clearly won everything. Her styling was perfect. I can't think of any other. Actually, you know what? I can. So, still with season 3, Shangela with the stand up. This was their first stand up challenge, and overall, a lot of the queens did really well, but Shangela just took it out the park. She was so funny. She showed, come with a character. You don't need to kind of be like yourself as like a caricature. Come as something completely different and just knock it out. Like she did so good that episode. It just felt like a given. Like nobody else came close. Nobody. Let's see. Season 4. Um, I think all the winners had someone that felt right up under them to win. There's no one that like dominated the win. So we're good on season 4. Season 5. Well, I think with the dance challenge, like the ballet challenge that they did, Alyssa was really the only one who legitimately danced and didn't, make it like campy or goofy. And I know that some of the characters have that element, but Alyssa's dancing ability and her background just really came through. And I just loved it, was in awe. Like it really just felt like nobody else would have won. And the fact that her runway, she really had the nerve to wear the same outfit that she wore for her entrance look. And it wasn't the best on the runway, so the fact that she still won to me really shows how much that she just completely owned that challenge. So, and I know like people think Jinx with her little Edie, but I think Roxy's Tamar was a close second as well. She did really good with that one too. Okay, season 6. I think season 6, like their winners were legit, but there was like others that were pretty well there. Season 7. So season 7, I think when Violet won the Hello Kitty one, that to me was a clear nobody else but her could have done it, because she was the only one that to me legitimately designed something, transformed it. It didn't look like she glued on some things or just kind of cut things up a little way. Like she actually constructed that whole thing, and it's to me one of the top design looks ever. And as soon as she came, I said, there's nobody taking that win. There was no one second. None. Like she completely dominated that episode. Let's see. Season 8. Like I want to say Bob with the Ruko's Empire, but I mean Thorgy was great too. She was right under her for that one. Season 9. I mean, honestly, well, I don't want to linger like too much. Like I didn't listen, when I make these recordings, I don't have a script. I'm talking like off my head because I know this show really, really well. Let's see. I think with season 9, I think Trinity winning that princess design one, because I think she did the perfect blend of making a really great look. In fact, she had like a reveal with it, and to be really funny. Everyone else had elements that were a little funny, but hers was like hilarious the whole time. Like I know that favoritism toward Valentina was felt still within that episode, but I just felt like, okay, still, this is still going to be Trinity's. Like there's no way Trinity is not winning, and she did. Season 10, I think all of those winners, someone could have also, someone was right under there, especially when you think about people like Monet and Cracker, who were clearly always right under the winner, especially with Monet and her runways. Now, season 11, I would say that the first episode with Brooklyn, because remember, this is the design challenge where they got a box from past contestants and they redesigned it and, made it their own. And as soon as Brooklyn came out, I was like, oh, she won. That was so detox, but it also felt like, okay, this is someone who likes things to be on their body, who knows what they're doing. And she really did show that level of just really good runways the rest of the season. And with Detox, she has obviously the 80s aesthetic, and the 80s is so, it can feel so easy to do. It feels kind of repetitive when you see kind of the same old thing. Like if you remember season 8, when they did the 100th episode and Cynthia had the candy box and she made hers look like a pink version of Detox. Brooklyn really like transformed hers and it had this like superhero-y vibe, which was so cool. Like I said, as soon as she came out, I said, oh, she won. She won that episode. And I mean, I think all the others, now the only other episode from that season that felt like someone dominated was Evie with the Room Mix episode, but they didn't crown her a winner. But it just felt like y'all could have. Like, and they've done it before. Well, I don't know if they've done it before, but they've done it. And it's like, why couldn't you just say you won? Because if you do an elimination, you should do a winner. Anyway, season 12 was Jada winning the debate. Now, I don't really like when they do these debates. I like when they have more fun when they do the political challenge, especially since it's a challenge that only comes every 4 years. It feels like a treat when it's the election year and you know it's coming. Like, I hated the debate in season 4, but I love the smear campaigns in season 8. I didn't like the kind of serious tone that they had with the debates from season 12, but I did love how Jada did it. Like, she had an element of serious, but it was so funny. Like, the look over there. Like, to me, she was the only person who, like, legitimately won. Like, she did so good. I love it. And it's her catchphrase. It's a catchphrase. How can you not have a winner? How can you not have a queen on this type of list? And their catchphrase is part of the challenge that they win. That was her challenge. Season 13, I definitely felt that Simone with the acting challenge, she so won that. She was so funny. Now, I kind of hate that she kind of did that character over and over again, but the first time she did it, felt like comedy gold. We had never seen a queen act like that. Because a lot of time at this point, we've seen a lot of same old little kitschy things. But this was new, and it was really funny, and to me, nobody else won that challenge but Simone. And I'll be honest, I felt it from her episode with just her group, but this to me solidified that she was like the winner of the season. There was nobody else. Everything else was panned out. Season 14... yeah, checked out. Season 15, in some ways, I would say Sasha's acting challenge win. She was definitely the most memorable one. It really just kind of became part of her thing, especially in her Goddess song at the end of the season with the neck crack. But I felt like it was clear that she was the best and she won, and I felt like she did a really, really great job. I don't think there was anybody else just during the season. And now season 16. Well, to me, I felt like Nynthia with her tie look. I thought that there was like, I don't care how anybody else does, there's no way that this is not the winning look. It was so cool. It was so cool. Like, I just love that look, honestly. So that's all for the regular seasons. If I quickly get into maybe the All Stars, All Stars 1, yeah, I don't think anyone was like a nobody else but them one. All Stars 2, okay, so the fact that they're, okay, so the thing is, with All Stars 2 through 4, they had two winners. So it kind of takes out that only one, but it's one of those like if you just could only choose one. I definitely think Tatiana's talent show was so unexpected, was not what you would think would be good. You would think it was going to be a flop, same parts. I I know they had to pick two, but it's kind of one of those like, yeah, but Tati was like good on her own. Like seriously, she was very, very good on her own. And then All Stars 3, yeah. Um, All Stars 4, kind of the same thing. I don't think there was like a, yeah, if you didn't have to. Um, let's see, All Stars 5. Um, All Stars 5, I would say Shay's winning the that girl group challenge with the I'm in Love. I thought she had the best look, best verse. Like it felt very on brand with her too, where it felt like everyone chose something that they thought would be kind of funny. You know, Shay has always been such black girl magic, and her choosing Chadwick, who Black Panther, all black powers there, so it just felt so on brand for her to pick him, and it was a really great performance and just overall verse. All Star 6, no, those were all like, yeah. 7, okay, 7, Jinx as Miss Judy Garland. You almost forget that she had Natasha, I think her name is Leone. You forget that she played her too, because all you remember is her Judy. And it was gold. It was perfection. Um 8, yeah, I think 8 was fine. And now recently with All Stars 9, I think the RuPaul Song Challenge Plastique with that star look, I'm like, there's no other way. There's no other person. Like Roxy was good, but and she was the first one out, and I was like, oh my god, that is beautiful. Like I want to dress like that. So those are all the queens who I felt just clearly dominated a challenge. There was no one else that you could have picked. If you did, that was like a hate crime. So let me know if you agree. Let me know if you think that there were others. And catch you next time.